Okay, welcome to Trimming Musical Fat, the podcast where we trim albums that are too damn long. I'm your host, Stephen Nicholson, and joining me for today's show is my friend, Davie Melon. And today's show is a Hidden Prime Cuts show where we would try to highlight songs by major artists that were B-sides, forgotten singles, bonus tracks, maybe buried on an album or a soundtrack. And today we're going to be talking about a song by one of the biggest bands in Britain, Blur, a song which featured on their 1996 CD single Charmless Man. It's St. Louis song, and before we talk about it, here's a short clip of the tune.
St. Louis song, something's wrong. I kill that clown, all the watches down. The nightclubs are empty. People look at each other like me. I don't wanna be. I don't want to be here. I don't want.
So, some of you joining today may not know who Blur are, so let me just give you a brief history of them. So, they are a British band that formed in 1988, and they were central to the 1990s Britpop movement, fused art rock sensibilities with sharp social commentary and genre-hopping sound. They were led by Damon Albarn and guitarist Graham Coxon. They rivaled Oasis in the UK pop wars, and from Parklife to Think Tank, their evolution mirrors Britain's cultural shifts. So this particular song, St. Louis song, was recorded during the sessions for their 1995 #1 album, The Great Escape. So Davie, we've actually not talked about this song at all, so we are going into this fresh. Had you listened to it prior to me asking you to guest on the show?
Yeah, so I had it on the CD single, all the Blur singles back in the day. So I remember if it was a 2 CD because they quite often released 2 CD singles for the same song. I think it was just maybe cheating in terms of how many singles they could sell 2, and all the Blur fans will buy 2. That counts as 2. Probably how they managed to beat Roll With It or something.
Roll With It, Oasis, yeah, that was it. That's right, yeah. Playing the game. So did you hear it back, obviously in 1996 when the Charmless Man CD single came out then? 'Cause that's when I first heard it. Yeah, so what did you think of it? And obviously revisiting it all these years later, what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, well, it was, as soon as you mentioned it, because I absolutely remember I've listened to it as a B-side back in the 90s, so that's what you're talking about, 30 years ago nearly.
Surely not.
And I could remember it straight away. Yeah, I've definitely know that song, and I remember listening at the time. I thought it was really good. Compared to the other B-side at the time, I didn't think it was as strong as some of the other ones. I think we did a session on the Great Escape.
Mm-hmm.
I think you allowed us to include some of the B-sides in our 50-minute cut. And I remember that I included like songs like Ultranol and No Monsters in Me ahead of this one, so I obviously liked them better. But re-listened to it just now, yeah, I'll say there's a bit of a twee start to it, but once it gets going, it really gets going, and Graham's guitar and Damon's vocals and that, it becomes a really strong song. So yeah, I really like it, to be fair.
And can you see why it was left off The Great Escape?
Yeah, it doesn't fit in there. I don't think. Obviously, there's some songs I would probably take off The Great Escape, but I don't think this could replace any of them. I don't think, in my opinion.
No, I mean I can see why it was left off. I mean it's less. If I don't like the term Britpop, but it is less Britpop. And maybe something a bit darker, maybe something a bit more introspective. And for me, it's very much a link between their Parklife and the Great Escape sound to the more kind of lo-fi, fragmented art rock of the next album, 1997's Blur. album song that you could have seen maybe fitting on to that one. So, what,
Yeah.
you got any favourite moments on the track?
Yeah, I like it when the guitar kicks in because it obviously starts quite quiet and it's sort of like a wee bit acoustic. But once Graham's guitar kicks in, then it goes on to a different level. But I really like that.
Yeah, that's the highlight for me. Graham Coxon's guitar on it is superb, and I think you've called it when the full band kicks in, about 18 seconds. It's glorious, as are the harmonies that you hear throughout the song as well. Just a really good, strong song. And I was doing a bit of digging into the lyrics of it as well, and I don't know, were you kind of re-listening? Were you giving the lyrics a good listen or not?
Yeah, I didn't actually get them up to have a look at because I had to look at the lyrics for other song we're going to talk about just now. But I myself personally, when I listen to songs, it's not really about the lyrics for me. It's purely the music. So I can probably know thousands of songs and not be able to sing the correct words to it.
I'm the
And
same.
it still doesn't take that. Whereas I know people like my wee brother, he'll know every lyric word for word for songs that he likes. And if you get it wrong, I'm like, but it's not about the lyrics, Pete. It's about the music.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. I mean, because we're doing this, I did have a look at the lyrics, and they're a bit abstract. And
Yeah.
I guess since they repeat it quite a bit during the song, they
Yeah.
keep saying, "I don't want to be here." I think I'm speculating. It's maybe about tour burnouts. I think this was written when they were touring in the US, and I think they just so happened to be in St. Louis playing a show when they've obviously wrote this, maybe just feeling a little bit fatigued. So I would guess it was
Yeah.
maybe around that. Where would you rank this then, Davey? If you were going to say in your top level, mid level, bottom level, Blur, where would you place this?
In terms of their B sides, I think it's goes strongly in the mid level. Potentially go up a bit, but they've got far better B sides. For me, certainly on this album, we've got the ones I mentioned, Ultra and All, and No Monsters in Me are superior to this. But no, it's definitely a very good show.
Yeah, I'd go mid tier. I'd go mid tier as well. And if you were recommending to people three, doesn't have to be B sides, but three top tier Blur songs, absolutely cast iron top tier, what would those three songs be?
Would undoubtedly be for me. He thought of Cars. This is a low, and you got to go with an old fan favorite, the Universal.
Oh, yeah, all good selections. Fantastic. And I think that's a good point to end it. So thanks for joining me today to talk Blur, Davey. And if you want to actually hear Davey and I talk more about Blur, we've done previous episodes, as Davey said, around the Great Escape album. We did one on Park Life and also on the Chemical World song, so check them out. And if you do want to listen to St. Louis song, then you can listen to it on all your streaming platforms such as Amazon Music, Apple Music, Spotify, etc. And you'll find it as one of the tracks on the expanded edition of the Great Escape, which I think was, the album was released in 95, but I think they did an expanded edition in 2012, so you can check that out there. So thanks for joining us today to listen to us talk about Blur, and join us again very soon. Until then, keep trimming.
Trimming the Musical Fat podcast is a Stephen and Paul Nicholson production. We'd love to hear from you. You'll find our contact details in the episode description. Want more TTMF? Head to our socials, join our Facebook group, follow us on TikTok, subscribe to us on YouTube, and check out our website at trimmingthemusicalfat.com.